4 crime scene is bizarre. It's something you have to see to believe. And now we can with all these released pictures. Since 2022, we were told this was the reddest scene we had ever seen. It was so red. Red, red, red. There was red everywhere, right? Well, earlier this year in 2025, we got a photo dump of crime scene pictures from the Idaho 4 incident. And it was very different than what anyone pictured. Was there red? Yes. But it was just different than what we thought. And it was also backed up by the body cam footage, the police body cam footage, when they first arrived on scene. We got to see everything. What's very interesting in this case is that the red and the crimes seem to be centered in the rooms and not really in the rest of the house, which can be typical, yes, but when you have 4 people unalived, you'd think that there would be more red in the pathways or in the, walkways, and there just wasn't. It pretty much was centered around Maddie's room and Xana's room. So this brought up a ton of questions. How did someone, a lone person, do this without getting any red anywhere else? Police say that this intruder parked in the back, in this adjacent parking lot in the back of the house, and walked towards the sliding glass door through kind of a wooded area. Not wooded, but there's trees and bushes, if you know what I mean. Then they hypothesized that he went straight to upstairs to Maddie's bedroom. They say that he got distracted, and that's why he left the kitchen utensil container and then went downstairs. And they had this story that he was interrupted by Xana, and that is why Xana and Ethan were unalived as well. They think that he encountered Xana, chased her to her bedroom or followed her to her bedroom, and that's when he saw Ethan and unalived them both. Then he left, seeing Dylan on the way out, not doing anything to her, left out that back sliding glass door and went to his car. They say this happened between 4:07 and 4:20 a.m. And a study was done by Idaho State Police that tracked the time that this all took. Kohberger could have exited his car, went inside, did all the unalivings, and came back to his car in as little as 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And that is the same even if he took a slower route or longer route. He learned that it could have taken as little as 3 minutes and 45 seconds. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me. That could have happened in under 4 minutes. So let's corroborate all of this with Dylan's statements. Could you not park right by me when I'm filming? Thank you. Dylan said that Kaylee, Maddie, her, and Bethany were all home by 3. Xana, she didn't know, but we can assume that she was home by 4 to order the DoorDash, right? Dylan created the contact in her phone at 3:51. Dylan says between 4 and 4:19 is when she hears all of the sounds that had happened. Kaylee going upstairs, Kaylee running downstairs, saying someone's here, Kaylee crying in the bathroom, and Murphy barking. And it ends up that Dylan goes down to Bethany's room about 4:30. So the timeline can kind of be true, but the details cannot, because Kaylee, if she was downstairs and she was crying in the bathroom or downstairs saying someone is here, how did she get back upstairs? Because we know for a fact that Kaylee ended up upstairs with Maddie in her bedroom. It is quite possible that she heard Xana, that it wasn't Kaylee, that she was mistaking what she heard, and it was Xana saying someone's here and crying in the bathroom. Even though she's adamant it was Kaylee, we still really don't know. Also, it seems Kaylee was up around 4 because Dylan heard Kaylee dancing with her dog around this time, even though police had pretty much said from the beginning that everyone in the house was asleep. So just what happened here to get Kaylee from, being downstairs to being upstairs on the inside of the bed with Maddie? I think that's a huge mystery, and we can hypothesize all we want about that, but I'm not sure we'll ever truly know what happened there. Then we get the weird fact of the ping pong table. This picture of the ping pong table really threw everybody for a loop, including myself, because it's literally in the doorway, in the walkway between the kitchen and Xana's room. So if Kohberger is hypothesized to have followed or chased Xana through this area, why isn't the ping pong table in disarray more? And people really just went after this detail and this ping pong table, trust me. I mean, there are cups still standing on this ping pong table. Even when you see the body cam footage from the police, this ping pong table does not seem in disarray at all. So what people think happened was that he encountered Xana either coming up the stairs because she heard something, or in the kitchen because she was putting away her DoorDash. And if that is true and he chased her through the house, I don't see that happening with the position of the ping pong table. And if none of this happened and he went straight to her room, why? Why did he go to Xana's room and leave Dylan when he saw her, made eye contact with her? These details, it's just bizarre. And this one is completely just made up by me. I just wonder about this detail. I wonder how Dylan didn't think that maybe it was Ethan in the mask. I mean, they're college boys. I don't know. Maybe she just knew that it wasn't Ethan, but you think two college-aged white males kind of look alike in the heat of the moment. She said she didn't even know like a lot of the details of his face. Why didn't she think it was Ethan and just think it was a prank? I don't know. Maybe that's just me being weird. I don't know. So next I want to talk about Murphy, because the Murphy of it all just sends me into a spiral. Kaylee's dog Murphy was there all night, and multiple neighbors, as well as we have the footage that we can hear Murphy losing his mind between 4 and 5. And it sounds like he's outside. It sounds like this dog is outdoors, and Dylan even said herself that it sounded like Murphy was getting further and further away from the house, which is a strange detail. Murphy was found by police in Kaylee's bedroom, first laying on her bed and then scared underneath her desk. And to me, the Murphy details just don't add up at all. First of all, multiple people said that Murphy was known to be a runner. I mean, he got out of their grasp multiple times, even just that night. But he stayed in that room with supposed doors open all night. Now, I cannot tell from the footage, and I know a lot of people have analyzed, they don't know if Kaylee's room was open. But if it was, why would Murphy stay in that room all night when he's a runner? Why wouldn't he go to Maddie's room, which was open? Why wouldn't he go to Xana's room, to Dylan's room, downstairs, or even out the sliding glass door that was open? This dog knows this house. I know what a lot of people are going to say. They're going to say this dog was frightened, and I know he probably was. But I don't think he would have stayed that frightened all night into the next day. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And it's a known fact that Murphy liked to be with Kaylee. He slept with Kaylee. Why wasn't he going to try to find his human? Again, I'm going to have to split this into 2 parts, so I will see you in the next one where we're going to go over more of the crime scene. And please join me, click follow, and I will see you in the next one.